I am Dr. Charles Apoki. Have you ever, as an African, as a Nigerian, have you ever wondered why things can't go well, can't be properly done in our countries and in Nigeria, in our cities? Why? That's one thing that keeps troubling my mind. And I traveled to Bonny. This is a long video. If you don't have data, please go and find something else to do. This is not an entertainment channel. It's an educational channel and a channel for empowerment, a channel for emancipation, a channel that energizes you to do well in life. I traveled to Bonny. We were traveling through Port Harcourt to locate, went through Stadium Road to locate the jetty that where we would board the Nigerian liquefied natural gas boat. They have a magazine called The Marina, and it reminds me of Government College Ughelli. We call ourselves The Marina because our symbol, our logo is a ship, and we always tell ourselves, keep the ship sailing. Number one, Port Harcourt is neat, very neat. And I must commend Governor Rotimi Amechi for what he initiated. And I will commend Governor Wike, for what he did in Port Harcourt, the decency, the beauty, and the neatness of the town. And the present governor is still building on that foundation. So Nigerians can organize beautiful cities. Now, immediately we entered the road leading to the jetty, the liquefied natural gas jetty, for the purpose of smoothness, I'll call it LNG. The place was very neat. And then opposite it is where some people do, I think it's a market or their own local jetty. That place looked rough. We entered the car park. Neat cars. There is a rule park with reverse parking. And every car complied with the instruction. The next thing was that I saw trolleys. We want to board a boat, trolleys. We saw trolleys. And we discharged, we put our luggages on the trolley. We rolled it to a place where we will wait for boarding. We had to board, and as usual, I don't go late. We had to board by 1:30 p.m. We were there by 11 a.m. because we left Ughelli around 7:30 a.m. And that time, and our tickets were electronic tickets sent to us. That time that we were to start checking in, exactly that time, we started checking in. They will weigh your luggages. They made sure that no particular luggage was more than 19 kilograms. I was thinking, why not more than 19 kilograms? I realized that in several of the companies where you work in developed societies, they teach you how to lift weights. First, if you are going to lift weight, to protect your vertebral column, to prevent you from getting injured. In developed societies, they teach you how to carry shopping bags. You must balance them for your vertebral column. And so we had to readjust the luggages because of my books. And we passed, they gave you tags to tag your luggages. Then we passed through screening. and we were given boarding passes. Each boarding pass had a different color. We had white, we had green, and we had red. Each boarding pass had a number. I was 01 with white boarding pass. And then I entered the departure lounge. The seats were well arranged. There was security, television, the place very neat. I went to pee, and the restrooms very clean, with tissue paper, with the dryers working, with solution to wash your hands there. And there was a sign there that I shared on my page. Say, our aim is in the male urinary. I didn't go to female side, please. The male urinary said, our aim is to keep these urinals clean. Aim directly into the urinal. Don't assume it is as long as you think. So aim properly. And it was humorous, and I took the picture and shared it. And then there was a canteen, just like an airport. And then the announcements came, like in the airport, but this one you will hear what they are saying, unlike in some Nigerian airports, where you don't hear what the people say. They swallow most of the things, even in the flight. That's why I like Captain Callistus. He speaks to us in pidgin English, and so, or Nigerian English. So, when the time for boarding was due, exactly when they said we will board, the announcer said those with boarding pass with green numbers 1 to 25 proceed for boarding. 1 to 25 went. Immediately 1 to 25 was finishing. After a few minutes, 25 to 50 proceed. Then those with the next color, until it got to my turn with white color. And then 1 to 25, and then 25 to 60 or 50. Then do not take selfies or do video recording as you are going to board. Make sure your one hand is free to hold the railings, and don't take pictures. Don't make phone calls. I understood later why they did that. Number one, people can be taking selfies and fall into the water. People can be video recording and fall into the water. People can be phoning and miss their steps. I've seen that in several videos online. They once said that somebody phoning and driving is as dangerous as somebody who is drunk. So safety. And then our luggages, they won't allow you carry anything inside the boat, excepting maybe a flask to feed your baby. There is a bay, they call it, there was one name he called it, all luggages kept there, tagged. And you sat according to your number. According to your number. 1 to 60 in the boat when I was coming. And then air conditioning. All the crew members well behaved, well regulated. So, 2 key ingredients that any organization that wants efficiency, that wants development and profitability and progress to make should have. Number one, orderliness. Putting things, arranging things properly. the, the avoiding chaos. Then the next thing is organization. When we came in, we sat orderly. We're not just milling around. We're not struggling for seats. There are enough seats for the 150 to 180 passengers. No person who was not traveling was allowed to come upstairs, because if they came upstairs, there would be a crowd. So everything was orderly. But the next thing is organization. Organization involves planning, strategy, systems, and structures to save time, to save disaster, to save resources, and to produce efficiency. And so we sat orderly, but we were not organized from 1 to 2 to 3 like that. So you can have a place, a hall, where number 1 is sitting near number 7. One with red tally, the other one with red boarding pass, the other one with green boarding pass. And so when they started calling people according to the colors of their passes and according to their numbers, and segmenting them 1 to 25, 26 to 50 or 60, they were now organizing. So you can have order, but you need organization. The creation of sequence, system, strategically preventing disaster, creating efficiency. And so I learned a lot. I also saw that in an airport in Frankfurt. You board from numbers 1 to this, group 1 to this, group that. So there was no chaos. I saw people struggling to enter plane in Nigeria. Our airports are noisy, crowded, rowdy, flights delayed. No, it is because poor order, poor organization. The recent ones, the flight delays in Abuja and all that, people should have known that there is going to be a rush during these festive seasons, holiday season. And they should have planned ahead, organized things in such a way that the flight will just be going and coming. Those routes that are not very busy, they will have diverted flights from that area to other areas. And don't overbook. Don't overbook. So we came down. There was an order. It came down, numbers 1 to this first, then this side next. Don't hold anything on one hand. Leave your luggages. Don't make phone calls throughout the journey. And 3 boats were loaded at the same time, and they parked close to each other that you could cross from one boat to the other. I will explain that in another video. How they managed to stay close to each other. The boats can stay close to each other with the waves. They don't clash. They don't clang against each other because metals, and they don't dent each other with the waves. I learned a lot. And so in the next video, I will do that. So we also came out in an orderly, systematic fashion. And then our luggages came out the same way, and there were trolleys waiting, and there were vehicles waiting to convey people to a lounge that is a distance from the quayside or the marina. When we were boarding to come back to Port Harcourt, we stopped there first at exactly the time that the buses were to carry people. They came and carried us. At exactly the time, 8:30, we were to land in Port Harcourt. We landed 8:30. and there were security patrol boats that were a distance from us, but they followed us, naval boats. The three boats that conveyed passengers, and there was the security patrol. So then we entered the LNG compound. Massive structure. I was just wondering, how do these people prevent disaster in this big complex with highly inflammable materials? They showed me the tanks that contained condensate and the tanks that contained the liquefied natural gas. The driver that carried us, as I entered, I didn't fasten my seatbelt. He refused to move. There was an indicator that I should fasten my belt before the vehicle moved. He traveled at a regulated speed. And then we got to our destination. As we were coming back in the morning, we woke, my hostess was there by 4 a.m. Organized woman. No wonder she's the leader of Bonny Women Forum. 4 a.m. By 4:30, we had moved. And we got, as we were going, there were birds on the road, about 8 birds. She stopped. I was wondering, drive now. She said, no, you don't kill living things in these premises, including snakes. Natural, decent environment. But what bothered me was that the side where we, Africans, Nigerians, natives, resided was chaotic. But where the elite lived, if you go to Finima, to enter, the security to enter, it's as if you are getting a visa. As the last time I went there, I didn't go this time, didn't visit there, there were transport vehicles inside the Finima community where the expatriates and the Nigerian senior workers resided that carried you to your host, and your host will confirm that you are coming. Your photograph will be snapped. It's as if I was getting a visa to enter another nation. Organization. Now, if these expatriates leave and leave it for we, Nigerians and Africans, can we continue? Why is it that what we Africans run, I don't know if it's Africans that are running the place now, why is it that poor people are usually very disorganized? I asked my friend, he said that it's because of low intelligence. But there are intelligent Africans, black people that misbehave. I was in a country and I visited, a Nigerian wanted me to come to where they were having fun. When I got there, I was scared and I ran away because they just transported Nigeria to that place. Come, what? In another person's country? If you are flying from anywhere, Europe, or once you get to Turkey, and Nigerians coming from Dubai enter the aircraft, the atmosphere in the aircraft, carry your load, come on. Oh. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us as a people? And this disorderliness is in our judicial system, is in our educational system, is with our security forces, is with the political class. Disorder. When somebody is making a point in the Senate, you will see people moving all about. I went to speak to one oil company. During the annual general meeting, I was teaching them. The poor people's children, They are working, they're even educated, they are still uncultured. They didn't listen to the lecture. But I had charged them. That's why I charge people. I can't take my time to prepare a lecture. Then I get there, you're misbehaving. No, no, no. I told them, don't serve drinks before I come. They serve them drinks. But the people at the head of the company that make more money than these rascals here kept quiet, listened to the lecture. Then I went to speak to Total EP in Lagos. The directors, calm, they listened. Calm, listened, asked questions, took pictures, invited me again. So why is it that Black people are usually very noisy in Africa? Why is it that Nigerians are usually very rowdy? Why is it that businesses that elite people organize, sometimes they are more orderly? I use sometimes because our airlines are becoming problematic. Is disorder associated with poor productivity? Is lack of organization a sign of unintelligence or a sign of backwardness? Or a cultural attitude that does not want order? Or do people benefit from the chaos? I will want your input in the comment section, but please don't be a mumu and make stupid comments there. I will delete your comment. We want to engage ourselves and see how we can bring order to our nation and to our countries. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. The next video I'm going to talk about how these boats with the waves were able to park near each other without damaging each other. Dr. Charles Apoki is still my name. Excuse me, I'm still the area grandfather. I have a webinar coming up on the 10th and on the 11th of January, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, but we record and we send the links to those who paid if they could not attend because of time differences. People attend from Japan, Australia, Suriname, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, United States, United Kingdom, all the continents of the world. It's usually a wonderful time. On the 10th is the lecture. On the 11th is question and answer time. You can ask any question within the space of 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. And so send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. We also have properties for sale. Still send to that same number, 234 +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.